Talking to you, kid. And I'm also reading my thing. It's a story. Yeah, no. Hi, woo! My name is Jessica, and I have a confession to make. I have been living a double life, and a quarter of you may know this, but I am a design student by day and a stand-up comedian by night. And the other people that don't know this probably just think, you know, like, who's this bitch? Alright, so when I was growing up, I didn't have NSYNC or Spice Girls on my wall. I had Gilda Radner, Shirley Temple, and Molly Shannon displayed, and I was always told by my parents' friends, Jessica, you're a hoot. All the time they were telling me I was a hoot. I never tried to make people laugh, I just did, but I'm pretty sure my parents had something to do with it. I often fantasize about being on Saturday Night Live, or just stand-up comedian, but I never felt like it was possible. I was just too scared to say or do the things that comedians did. I didn't want to push people's buttons, and the risk of failure and judgment was just too high and pointless to me at the time. After years of avoiding any kind of risk or conflict in my life, I decided I had to do like the hardest thing ever. I had to end a 5-year relationship. So my foundation was rocked, and I had this huge void in my life, and I didn't know what to do with it. And my good friend Bernardo said, Jess, you need to find a new normal. So as I was trying to find a healing process, I had a drunken conversation at Lucky's with some people that I kind of barely knew, and they had an interest in doing comedy, and so we discovered, you know, we're gonna do this shit. And like drunken conversations go, we did nothing about it for quite a while. I had this idea for a character who would say, am I right or am I right, when she was just totally wrong about what she was saying. So we started to develop this 50-something, sex-crazed, raunchy woman from Brooklyn. It took about a month after our drunken conversation to actually like do something about it. So we found a comedy place to do the open mic. We found out where a comedy open mic was, but I was petrified because I had this little kid version of me being like, you suck. But then I had this whole support system being like, go Jess, you can do it, you're funny, don't be worried.
But I really like my men like I like my television. Loud and colored. You guys are gross.
So this is Celeste. This is what we built. This is our Frankenstein. She was crazy as shit. So she was well received, and we showed her a total of 3 times at John Barleycorn's, and you can kind of see the progression. Like, this was the day, like I drunkenly was like, oh, I'm gonna do stand-up, and the next day was like, fuck, I told a bunch of people I have to do stand-up. So this is like the progression. This is the 2nd show, and this is the 3rd show with my friends. Performance of Celeste, I decided I need to take a hiatus and hang out with my parents because they're not from here. But shortly after 2014, I had been asked to be a part of a comedy show at John Barleycorn, where people actually were going to pay to see me. And I took a long time to answer because I was like, I'm afraid. But then I was like, fuck, Celeste is dead. I'm going to be me. 2014, no fucks given. That's me and my friends' motto, no fucks given, because I was like, I don't need to hide behind a mask anymore, like why am I so self-conscious? Like, y'all are just self-conscious too, so I might as well do me. So I went as me.
Recently I broke up with my boyfriend of 5 years, and it was one of those situations where it was like, hey dude, shit or get off the pot. So respectfully, he got off the pot, and I did not get shat on, so really nice.
So that was me doing, 2 weeks ago I did this, and it was just exhilarating and I loved it. Alright, this is going faster than I anticipated. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with my stand-up, but taking the risk and getting up on stage is getting really, like, way less scary. And a week ago today, I was at a drag show. Oh, you know what? I accidentally skipped a thing. Anyway, no fucks given 2014. Anytime I got myself. So this is when I was at the drag queen at Fantasy, and my writing partner was all like, talking to Miss Sugar Brown here and was like, hey, my friend wants to do stand-up. And then Sugar Brown was all like, girl, I don't know. And I was like, I'll do it. And she's like, okay, you got 4 minutes. So I did it. For 4 minutes, I did my stand-up, and it was exhilarating and awesome. All right, so I shocked myself again when I went and saw Bill Hader at Wichita State, and I showed him some posters I made for an assignment, and we had to make an assignment for an event, or make posters for an event, and I chose an evening with Bill Hader. And at the end, we got to ask questions and do answers, and well, I left my posters behind, and you see, the thing was, when I went back to go get them, the lady in charge was like, well, and I was like, oh, you didn't get them signed? That's okay, that's fine. She's like, well, Bill Hader took them with him. And I was like, what? Say what? And, but all my friends were like, I was just so freaked out about it, and my teacher was like, are you mad? And I was like, I don't know, I think he may have just like stuffed them in the back of his car. And so like, I frantically told Facebook about it, and all these people were like, yeah, he's showing it off. And this one girl, she's like, he likely thought they were gifts and did not want to seem rude. So I was like, she's being level-headed, I'm not like that. 2 people liked it. So the Students Activity Council said that they emailed his agent, and I didn't know if I was going to get my $50 worth of prints back, but I do know that I need to quit thinking that he stuffed them in the trunk of his car, and I need to start thinking positively and think that he just thought they were rad as shit. So that's the posters. End of the statement is, I'm telling you the story because I think it's hilarious how my love for comedy and graphic design are colliding. So maybe instead of living a double life, I can just be me. So from all of this, I've learned that emotions are fleeting, and that the thrill is worth the risk, and fake it till you make it, and no fucks given 2014. Thank you.
We have more stuff done? Oh, okay, we're gonna take a little break.